how to turn strangers into paying clients. And this is not about funnels or tech stuff. This is the basic fundamentals. My name is Joel Hakala. I'm business enthusiast, entrepreneur. I love online business and I love to share this wisdom to other entrepreneurs because I love to see other entrepreneurs succeed. So, four important things to start with. First, of course, is your client or your niche, the person who you want to get as your paying client. Let's put them there as stick figure. Then there is you. Okay, so you want them to come to you and pay you some money. How does it happen? First of all, of course, those people need to be aware of you and your product. But it's not enough. They have to understand what your product does for them, because otherwise they won't buy. So we need first that hook to hook them in, get their attention, get them to, to the sales page, read about your product, watch a video, and that creates this bond, this connection. And maybe they come to your email list, they start to follow you, and you nurture them little by little. They start to understand your product, what it does. They start to trust you and your product, that it will actually bring them results. And now, the huge problem I see people do is like, they don't necessarily have a hook at all. Because here's the thing, someone who knows you already, is following you, has been following you for a while. They might watch every video you post. They might open and read every your email. They're like your fans. You might have some weird email title like just about X method to do something, and they are just gonna click it open and be excited to hear more about you because they know you. So they have expectations about what the content is gonna be. They know it's gonna be good, no matter how weird the name is. But the people who don't yet know about you, don't understand your thing, haven't gotten your core message, or don't trust you, are not your fans, you need that hook to get their attention. So, example, I'm selling these online courses for people how to self-treat headache and neck issues, neck problems. So like stretching and foam rolling. Now, if I would go like, hey, something about stretching, something about foam rolling, hey, fascia is really important, muscle tension, this and that, about anatomy of the muscles, no one would give a fuck about that thing. But what's my hook? My sharp hook that hooks them in? Well, my ad has title, neck tightness open in 15 minutes without medication. It talks to their pain they're having. It's giving a promise and telling about my core offer. And also it has this unique twist like no medications. It brings curiosity, makes it a little bit like can that be true? And it's also part of my offer. Like, hey, self-treatment techniques instead of taking painkillers. And it works. And now, when those people come to my email list, start to know about me, read few emails, check a couple videos, they start to be interested like, hey, what else Joel might offer me? And then they might react to title like 5 neck muscles. Because they understand like, hey, if Joel sends me email that says, 5 important neck muscles, it's probably related to self-treatment and he's giving me good tips, so I'm gonna click it open. But if I throw that as a video title or ad title, no one's gonna give a shit about some guy called Joel talking about neck muscles. Like, whatever, I don't care. And even if someone would click it and react to it, the conversion will be low, ads won't work, the content will not be really working. And now you have to understand the difference between fishing in the sea and having your own pool. And let me tell you a story. So, I was something like around 10-year-old. We were on this summer trip, and we always fished with my father during the summers. We were road tripping in Finland. We would go fishing, and when we would fish in a lake or river, we usually didn't get anything, or it would take several hours of fishing to get even a single small fish. Why? We were on lake or sea that we didn't really know. We weren't that good fishers. We are just, recreational fishers. It was just fun thing to do, exciting thing to do. Our equipment probably wasn't the best. We didn't, know the best spots because we didn't know the lake or the river. So it was like random. We were just, throwing the lure and bait there and trying to get something happen. And every now and then it worked. Most of the time it didn't. But it was hobby. Most important thing that we were in nature together and having fun and that excitement every now and then catching fish. But then one day we visited this place where they had these ponds full of salmon. They were growing salmons there themselves, and then they would, you could go there, buy those fish. They would prepare the fish ready to eat, and they offered that you could also like fish yourself the fish if you want, and then give it to them so they will prepare it. So we did that, and the pond was full of fish. I could see all the fish swimming there. So in a sea or lake or river, most of the volume of the water is empty. There's no fish. It's like, think about how many of the general population fits into your ideal client. Not many. It's small proportion of the whole population. If the whole population is the sea, then only maybe 1%, 2%, 3%, sometimes even lower amount is your ideal clients. But when I was on that pond, it was full of the fish, and they were hungry. So I had my fishing rod. I threw it once, and immediately one salmon, catch it. I didn't get that salmon, but there was something biting, and I was all excited. 10-year-old kid, all these fish there, and I was throwing my, fishing rod there. And the second throw, I got a salmon. And as adult, as getting a client so easily would be like, yay, really nice. But as kid, of course, I was just like, I wanted to fish. It was a second throw, and I was like, we got the fish. Can I, fish more? No, because we need all the fish, and I was, disappointed. But it was, amazing feeling. Like after all the hours on the sea or lake, not getting anything, you just go there, throw your bait there, lure there, and you get the fish. Now, if you are going to the cold audience using ads, or you are just starting your business, or you are trying to expand your business, you are going to the sea or lake that you don't really know. And it needs really much work to get something happen. You need to have skills, etc. But then when the people is following you, YouTube, email list, Facebook page, people who already know you, they have seen your ads several times, they have clicked your ads, they are in your retargeting audience. It's like a pond full of hungry salmon. And all you need is just pick up the fish. But how do we turn those people in first place into paying customer, or from nobody to fan, or from nobody to someone who starts to follow us and get to know us, so we can create the connection and build the trust and educate them so they understand, like, hey, Joel is the guy to help me with, example, the neck pain and headache. You need sharp hook, and it all starts from there. So first of all, you need to be doing something that you love, you're good at. Because these are the things that people it leaks to everything. People will just sense it intuitively. Are you in this for real or not? Are you here just for the money or not? Do you really care? Do you give a fuck or do you not? Or do you really know your stuff, or are you just trying to get clients? And you need to have internal alignment. I see so many entrepreneurs who have the skills. They're amazing professionals. They can help people. They would want to, but there's all this, limiting beliefs. I'm not good enough. What if I cannot bring the good results? I don't know enough yet, and what kind of all this internal stuff. So you need to get to the alignment where you do your job and your thing from enthusiasm, from energy, from joy. You are doing what you really do the best, because people will notice, and that will create that magnetic resonance and magnetic connection. And now, when you're operating from that place, your mind is open for possibilities. You start to see the best possibilities, and you are doing something that you really know something about. You have own experiences about it. You have already helped people with that. You really know your stuff. Then you can create a really good hook, really pinpointing your core offer, your core message, understanding your client. Example, one thing I once used is when I was helping massage therapists was like, I help massage therapists fill their calendar steadily and surely with well-paying dream clients. Massage therapist's biggest problem, not having calendar steadily full of clients, and if they would pay a little bit more, it would be really nice. Now, once you have that core offer and hook there, the most important thing it does is it gives you clarity. Instead of you, it's like you knowing exactly what lure or bait to use, where to go fishing. Where to go fishing with what equipment, what lure or bait you need to get that exact fish. Example, when my core offer is I help people get neck tightness and headache release in 15 minutes without medication. First, it gives me that true north, that focal point on like, what's my product? Like where I should improve my product to, when I'm thinking of what kind of content I should bring. Then when I'm talking about what kind of ads I should be doing, what I should talk in the ads about, what's my core offer, what is the benefits related to that offer, how it's going to change the person's life, what happens in their life if they can get the headache release without medication, what happens if they can get the headache release in 15 minutes, no matter where they are, how it will change their life. This gives the clarity when you know exactly what to do, what to use. And then when you start to fish, you're filming videos, you're writing copy, you're writing email, you are doing, talking with people. It's clicking. You are enthusiastic, you're confident, you're just doing what you love. You don't even really care so much about the money, you just love what you do. And you know exactly what's your focal point, your alignment, your core message, the thing that you want to get the people to understand. And that will hook them in. And then when they are your fans, you can go into deeper into that stuff. So example, I would love to teach other entrepreneurs about simplicity, how to do less and get more done. Something about, let's say, maybe a titles or good messaging or limiting beliefs and this internal alignment. But then how I'm gonna hook someone who doesn't know me, who is not even aware of that they have too much complexity in their business? If I'm talking in my title just something about simplicity, it doesn't hook a person who doesn't know about simplicity, doesn't understand why simplicity would be important for their business. If they are not aware of how complex their business is and why it's problematic and why it's suffocating them and why it makes them confused and makes them stuck, they're not gonna click that title. But once I can hook them in and they start to understand like, okay, the simplicity thing is important, then they will probably watch my video title like 3 things to make your business simpler or something like that. But for a person who doesn't know me, It's not gonna catch. But then, example, when I might have a video title like how I went from 10K to 30K in 2 weeks. That can get every entrepreneur doing around 10K or under 10K is probably quite interesting. Like, okay, what's this thing? And then I tell through my story why the simplicity is important. Why I did less stuff and actually got more results. And then someone watching the video will be like, fuck, I have so much complexity in my business. Now I get it. This is the thing keeping me stuck. And then they might be like, okay, how can Joel help me? Let me send him a message. Let me comment in his video. Let me check his website. Let me check his funnel. Let me check his opt-in page. Let me check what's this online course or product or how could he probably help me. Or at least they will be open for the next videos that will be more boring titled, more like descriptive. So you could think like when you are doing posting things or creating videos, think them in 2 ways. Like before you even start to really think like what's the title or what you're gonna do, is think about what's the target of this content, who I'm writing this piece. Is it someone who I'm trying to get hooked into, create a connection, make myself known, trying to get my core message over and get them understand the core message? Then it needs to be something like, hey, how I went from 10K to 30K in 2 weeks, blah, 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 and then telling about the simplicity. But if it's like, hey, this video is for people who are already following me, this is for people who are already wanting to watch my videos, then it might be like 3 quick tips to make your business more simple so you can make more money or something like that. More boring title that works for people who are like, hey, I know Joel helps people with simplicity. I need that. And then little by little, when you get this pool bigger and bigger, then you need less hooking and less doing this kind of like going to see the fish when you have enough fish on your backyard. It takes, of course, some time, but first you need to start with the hook. And of course, the hook works really well also for your own fish on your own pond. What works here probably works here, but what doesn't work here or what works here doesn't necessarily work for the new people, the cold people, the new sea, for the fish who are still not aware of your thing. So I'm happy to hear what kind of thoughts came into your mind, what was helpful about this video. And if you really want to get more these kind of nuggets of wisdom and entrepreneurial experience, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I read all the comments, so if you want to ask something, anything, I'm happy to discuss about these things, because I really love this business stuff, online business. I have so much mistakes I have done, so much things I want to teach to other people, and I want to see other entrepreneurs succeed. So let's continue the discussion under the video, and if nothing else, we will see on the next video, which might be titled in more boring way. Maybe it's it might be something related to fishing. Now, when you know this story and this analogy, you might be interested about what other fishing tips Joel has. Who knows? See you.